Have you ever looked at a job posting for an entry-level tech position only to realize they expect you to already have 3 to 5 years of experience, right? It's the classic catch-22. I mean, how do you launch a cyber career when literally every job seems to demand that you already have one? Well, what if I told you the federal government just built a backdoor into the cybersecurity industry? Seriously, let's dive into this. The Department of War has just launched a brand new program that completely flips the script on how you enter the cyber workforce.
Welcome to today's Explainer. Today we're breaking down a highly unique opportunity, the Department of War's Chief Information Officer's inaugural Cyber Apprenticeship pilot program. Now you got to understand, this isn't just your standard internship. We're talking about a highly structured, paid pathway designed to take you from a complete beginner all the way to a certified national security defender.
So, here's our roadmap for today's Explainer. We'll be covering the cyber defense mission, taking a look inside the apprenticeship, discussing the mutual benefits, going over eligibility and ideal candidates, and finally, your path to participation.
All right, let's jump straight into Section 1, the Cyber Defense Mission.
So, to address this massive growing demand for skilled professionals, the DOI engineered this pilot program to target specific entry-level roles perfectly aligned to their 80/40 framework. And they aren't just looking for seat fillers here. They are actively building out their workforce from the ground up to protect the nation's most sensitive networks. We're talking about crucial roles like cyber defense analyst, cyber defense infrastructure support specialist, and cyber defense incident responder. These are real jobs with serious, real-world responsibilities. You aren't just fetching coffee, you are stepping directly onto the front lines of digital defense.
Okay, moving on to Section 2, inside the apprenticeship program. Once you're selected, you undergo an intense, fully paid training journey. Think of it like a 12-month boot camp, but your time is split across this really brilliant blend of learning methods. You've got asynchronous online learning, which gives you that crucial flexibility. Then, you apply that knowledge in interactive labs. You pair that with actual expert mentorship. And finally, you get in-person, on-the-job training. It's a totally progressive pathway, You learn the theory, you practice it safely in a lab, and then you actually do it on the job for the employing agency.
In the curriculum, it is absolutely cutting edge. You're going to master practical skills in security operations, network defense, ethical hacking, and, this is a big one, the application of artificial intelligence to cyber threat analysis. They are literally training you on the absolute forefront of technology. This ensures that by the end of the year, you have an industry-recognized certification and you're ready to contribute from day one.
But let's address the elephant in the room. What happens if you get accepted, you start getting paid, but for some reason you just aren't able to complete the 12-month program? It's a totally fair question, and the source material tackles it head-on.
Well, if you're unable to finish, you will actually be required to pay back the government for the training you received in accordance with 5 U.S. Code Section 4108C. Now wait, this obligation can be waived for severe circumstances, things like personal illness or severe financial hardship. But the crucial takeaway here is this. This repayment clause really proves the government is making a massive, serious financial investment in you. They are pouring resources into your training, and yeah, they expect a commitment in return.
Which brings us to Section 3, Mutual Benefits and Rewards.
So why does this massive opportunity even exist? Because it's a strategic win-win. Look at it this way. As an individual, you earn while you learn. You gain real-world experience, get an industry-recognized credential, and you have this massive potential for full-time employment after graduation. In return, the DoD organizations get to fill their cyber talent gaps with a custom-trained workforce. Because you're trained specifically for their work roles, your ramp-up time is way faster than a traditional hire, and they get much higher employee retention. Everybody wins.
Now, a really surprising feature of this program comes down to the number 2. To basically guarantee your success, every single apprentice is matched with exactly 2 dedicated mentors. 2 of them. These experienced professionals will guide and support you through both the technical and the on-the-job training phases. You are literally never left to figure this out on your own.
All right, let's pivot to Section 4, eligibility and ideal candidates. So the baseline requirements are strict but pretty straightforward. You've got to be over 18 years of age, you must be a United States citizen, and, this is key, you must be able to obtain and maintain a government security clearance. Don't take that last point lightly. The clearance process involves a detailed electronic questionnaire covering your citizenship, residence, and employment history, which is then followed by fingerprinting and a very thorough background investigation.
But if you meet those baseline requirements, here is the absolute best piece of news from the Chief Information Officer's FAQ document. No prior experience is required.
Let me say that again. No prior experience. You do not need to be a tech wizard. While folks with some cyber experience certainly can apply, the program is explicitly designed for individuals completely new to the field.
Because they aren't looking for existing technical knowledge, the employing agencies are hunting for specific character traits instead. They want a strong work ethic. They're looking for people who are eager to learn and grow, flexible and mobile, highly analytical, and fast learners. Honestly, as the source points out, curiosity, reliability, communication, and a willingness to just ask questions often matter far more to them than what coding languages you might already know. Now, there are some specific scheduling exceptions you need to be aware of. You must be able to work a full-time, 40-hour week, typically between 9 a.m. and 5 p.m. Because of that rigid schedule, active-duty military cannot participate. Reservists, however, absolutely can, and if you're called up, you actually get a military break. Students can participate too, but only if your class schedule allows for that 9 to 5, 40-hour commitment. Oh, and one more thing. If you're currently on a federal scholarship program, unfortunately, you're ineligible for this specific apprenticeship.
And that brings us to our final section, Section 5, your path to participation.
The federal hiring process for this pilot is incredibly straightforward and breaks down into 4 simple steps. Step 1, participating DoW agencies have already published the apprenticeship opportunities on USA Jobs. Step 2, you, the prospective participant, must apply through that announcement by the strict deadline of July 17, 2026. Step 3, selected participants will sign a formal agreement outlining all the expectations. And Step 4, you dive headfirst into the 12-month program to launch your new career.
To help you stand out from the pack, the DAW actually provides some specific preparation tips. First, do not wait. Create a USA Jobs account immediately so you're ready to go. Second, you need to prepare a federal-style resume. And third, and this is a very strict rule, folks, keep that resume to a maximum of 2 pages, no exceptions. They're looking for clear, concise communication of those soft skills we talked about earlier.
Let's map this all out on a timeline so you can see just how fast your life could change. Today, your job is to build that USA Jobs account and draft your 2-page resume. The absolute hard deadline to submit is July 17, 2026. After that, the next 12 months are dedicated to your paid training, your certifications, and your mentorship. And your future? Well, you'll be stepping straight into an advanced cyber career defending the nation's infrastructure.
But time is absolutely of the essence. As I record this explainer, today is July 10, 2026. That means there are exactly 7 days left until that July 17th deadline. You have exactly 1 week to get your materials together and submit your application on USA Jobs.
So I'll leave you with this final thought. You don't need a decade of experience to make a massive impact. The Department of War is offering to pay you, train you, mentor you, and certify you in the most cutting-edge cyber defense tactics in the entire world. A brand new, highly impactful career is literally just 1 application away. Are you ready to answer the call and secure the nation's networks? Get over to USA Jobs, and I will see you in the next explainer.